So guys, welcome back to the channel, touching down from the old Chiang Mai city in northern Thailand. Today I'm going to talk about 10 random questions I have plucked from online, and I'm just going to answer them how I see them myself, my honest opinion from being in Thailand for quite a long time now. I forgot to do the intro for this vlog, so that's why I'm doing a voiceover. I'm down at the original old city of Chiang Mai before the new Chiang Mai was formed. So this is where we're gonna start the vlog, and we're gonna go through 10 random questions. Is it dangerous to drink ice in Thailand? I think in the past it was more dangerous than it is now. Still now you have to be careful, but it's something I don't really think about now. I think because I use the same restaurants all the time as well, I don't really think about, I'll go in anywhere and get the water from the restaurant and the ice, but you do have to be careful. So a little tip is to look for a hole in the middle of the ice. That means it's been used in a machine, I think, with filtered water, and a lot of these restaurants do use filtered water now, but it's general common sense as well, right? If you go into a place that doesn't look kosher, always check the ice. But I think Thailand's come a long way in the big cities like Chiang Mai and Bangkok. Is everybody in Thailand out to scam you? So this is a tricky one, right? It probably depends what part of Thailand you're in, but in Chiang Mai, scams do happen here, and they do happen everywhere, all across the world, right? But it's another thing I never think about in Chiang Mai as well. Maybe you should keep it in the back of your head, and again, it comes down to common sense, right? But I don't think everybody in Thailand is out to scam you. I don't. That's my opinion with being here for how long I have. When I went to new places down south, I'm not saying down south is any worse than up the north, but it did feel a little bit more scammy down the south than it does up the north. But again, Chiang Mai has been known as well to have some scams going on. Just watch yourself in the taxis, the tuk-tuks, and just anywhere where it's easy to get overcharged or ripped off. Just anywhere, even in London, don't you? And just don't get yourself into situations where that trouble could be around the corner. So the next one, Thailand is all beaches. So this is, I get it, right? When people want to go on holiday, you want a beach, right? That's the main thing in England anyway, in Britain. You want to go on holiday because of the beaches. And people, if they come to Thailand, I've had friends come here before and they say, hey, no beach, I can't stay here, I've come here for the beach, and they just don't want to stay in Chiang Mai. But Thailand is so much more than just a beach, I think. Chiang Mai, and this setting here is a advert for, there's so much more to Thailand, I think, than just the beaches and the parties and things like that. This is the real essence of Thailand in my eyes. I get it, not all of us like this. I'm the sort of guy that likes things like this, just peace and quiet, walking around old ruins. So the next one, all Thai people are poor. This is another myth, and Thailand has got a growing middle class. Not everybody is poor here anymore. Of course there's poor areas, and it is still a third world country, as I said before. Is it or isn't it? But it's definitely not what it used to be. I think you see a lot more Thais now going around in Mercedes, and I even seen Ferraris here. Okay, they probably are all on their flexible friend, and a lot of Thai people do get in debt, and I've heard some stories where it ends badly when people are in debt here. We all get in debt, right? But I think Thailand is not really how we used to look at it, as everybody being poor. Again, before people say, of course there is a lot of poor people around, there is, but no, there's people out there with a lot more money than a lot of us. I know that for sure. People have got good jobs here, people do You know, it's not the old Thailand. That's what I want to say. So this is one that I found funny that I'm gonna have to put in. Can you eat Thai food if you don't use chopsticks? This was a funny one online. I've researched some of these online and picked out some of the best ones and the most funny ones. And when I first come to Thailand, I couldn't use chopsticks. I still have got my own way of holding them now. I still can't do the proper way of holding chopsticks, but after my time here I can eat anything with chopsticks now. And I'll remember the day when I could use them perfect, well, not perfect, but in my style. And yeah, it was a proud moment, because now it's so much easier eating noodles with chopsticks. When you first get here and you're using a spoon and a fork, because you won't find a knife here in the restaurants, you look a bit of a wally, and it's so difficult. You get food everywhere, man. It's so much more easy with chopsticks. Yeah, you don't need chopsticks to eat Thai food, but you probably would progress to using chopsticks. Is Thailand safe for solo travellers? This is probably one of the most asked questions for nobody that's been here yet and people that are planning to come here, right? I know it was one thing on my mind when I'd never been here before. You're at home scared, oh, is it true? Am I going to get robbed in things? And I'd say solo female travellers probably worry about this a little bit more. There is stories, of course, in Southeast Asia. I'm not just going to say Thailand. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Again, it's the situation you put yourself in that's going to cause the problem, and that could be anywhere, right? That situation, it could be anywhere, and you just have to be a little bit more careful. Coming back to, some people are poor here. Of course, when you're poor, right, it's desperate times, and if people do see an opportunity maybe to nick a bag, nick a purse or something, maybe they would more in a country where there is a bit more, you know, not so well off people. So it's one thing I never worry about anywhere I go. Is bargaining for things expected everywhere in Thailand? This is definitely a myth, I think. Not everywhere in Thailand you need to bargain. Of course, in the markets you can do your best. You know, I do, man. I take the mickey sometimes and start really low in the markets. But of course, you got the shopping malls here. It's a proper shopping mall here, and you don't bargain. You would look silly, I think, bargaining, saying that in a shopping mall. It's a set price and you pay what it is, just like anywhere in the world. But of course, the markets, you can haggle still, but you're not expected to haggle everywhere, man. The food as well. If you go to the night market, you can't really haggle on street food. I've never seen that anyway. This is not, I'm only going by my experience here. Nothing on my channel. I'm not spitting factual about anything. This is from my experience, and I would not haggle for food either. That's what you call a swing. I didn't see this here last time. So we're gonna have to do the next one on the swing, man, for sure. It's a little bit low though. A little bit low. But yeah, look at that. I don't know how new this is. I didn't see this anytime I've been down here, because I used to come down here all the time, guys, when I first got here, because it's a great place to gather your thoughts and think about some stuff. So the next one is the rainy season a total washout and I shouldn't come? So this is another myth that I learned the longer I was here, where the rainy season is probably one of my favourite parts of the year now. I would say the end of the year is my favourite. When the high season starts, when it's cooler, that is my ultimate favourite. But now we're in the rainy season, it's going to get a lot worse, but that's a time I wait for as well and enjoy. I think the mosquitoes are always worse in that time of year. But I'm always waiting for the rainy season after that brutal hot season. Every expat here will normally tell you the same, that it rains in burst at a certain point of the day and then the sun comes out. And in a nutshell, that is what happens. You can get freak years where it just tips down and it will normally flood. We'll probably get some floods again this year, but it's not constant. That's the thing with Southeast Asia, I think. it comes in burst, and then the sunshine will come out again. And the good thing is about that, after that big burst of rain, when the sun comes out again, it'll clear all the sky, it'll be cooler for a little while. The only downside, like I said, is the floods, and it's heartfelt when you see families with their homes ruined. You know, near me, all their mattresses are wrecked and everything, and when you see it happen year after year and the little kids sitting outside, it is quite heart-wrenching. If I went back home and had to choose a time to come, it would probably be low season, just before high season, or just at the start of the rainy season now, or just the past month maybe. That would probably be my favourite times to come here, because I don't like all the big crowds anyway in high season. So is the rainy season a total washout? No, it's not. But you might get a freak year where you come, and it is. And the next one is quite fitting actually. Are all temples in Thailand the same? So this is a tricky one, right? Because I've probably said this on a lot of vlogs before, and I know a lot of people say it as well. Once you've seen one temple, you've seen them all. And I would say I'd agree with that. I would say every city in Thailand has probably got a few that are different and they're all worth going to. I love going to the temples. But yeah, in Chiang Mai, they are all pretty similar. You've got the Silver Temple in Umong, which are different, but most of them are the same. They've all got something a little bit different about them. If you're into that sort of thing and like temple hopping, but you're probably soon going to get worn out of going around to see the temples, especially in Chiang Mai. I know some places haven't hardly got any. Some of the places I went down to the south, that's probably one of the big differences I seen when I went down. Well, it's not the south, is it? Mid Thailand. Just how much more temples there are in the north. I think there's thousands here. I didn't come across any in some places I went down there. I think Kanchanaburi I didn't see many, and yeah, but you do soon get bored of them. But they are special places, and I'm glad that I'm in a city where there is a lot of temples, because I do go to a lot of them different days and get a coffee and chill out and stuff. But yeah, if you're temple hopping on holiday, you probably are soon going to get templed out. So the next one, and yeah, this is a good one. Do Thais never get angry and never show emotion? So this is the land of smiles, and the locals, they don't like to get heated about things, but I think they do have emotions, and they can get angry at certain times, but not like us Westerners. I don't think us Westerners can go crazy at the drop of a hat, where Thai people are not like that. But what I've learned by being here is they probably do it in a different way, maybe not so in your face, not so they can get angry. I think in certain time, when it comes to money, it's probably one of them, or if you're disrespecting or something, then they can get angry. Yeah, compared to the West, no, but there is certain types of situations where you don't want to make the locals angry. They just do it in a more subtle way, I think. It's their religion as well, right? Buddhism, but I've seen some angry Thais. In a nutshell, again, of course, this is a very peaceful country, and the locals won't want to start no trouble unless you're being that knobhead again. That knobhead foreigner, where they can get angry. I've seen angry Thais. I've seen them in my apartment building where they probably get angry with each other. It might be a little bit different with Farangs, but if we disrespect them and disrespect their country or do something wrong, of course, we're all human. We're all built with that gene, I think, of getting angry. Just some of us, that fuse lights a bit quicker than others. Being from England, our fuse is a very short fuse. And I'm one to say, because I can get moody at the drop of an hat as well about anything. So yeah, that's, it's a very friendly country. I'm probably waffling on here, but they can they can get angry if you do the wrong things here. So the next one is transport in Thailand unreliable and unsafe? So this is another tricky one. What I would say with Thailand transport is, you know, some of the vehicles probably, in the UK we have MOTs and we have to make sure everything's roadworthy, and I think that's the biggest problem with the Thailand transport, is like the inspections on the vehicles are not probably up to scratch. I mean, you just look around the cities in any Thai place and you're probably going to see some old beat up motorbikes that wouldn't even be allowed on the road anywhere else in Europe or the Western world. And cars, I've seen things hanging off of cars here and bikes fit for the scrapyard and 5 people on a scooter, and that is the real sort of cause for it, I think. And of course the driving training, the test as well, right? Them two things are a bad mix for unreliable and unsafe. But you know, I've got a rule where I won't want to get in a minivan. That is, I remember I had to get that minivan from Pattaya or Rayong to Pattaya, and I didn't want to do it, man. Them minivans, I hate them just because how they drive. And in the end, I didn't have to get that minivan. The guy at the bike shop gave me a lift for all my regulars that remember, and yeah, I was so happy about not getting that minivan. Bike, I always feel better riding myself then. Even if I rent a bike anywhere, I don't know what that bike's like. I know my bike, I've been riding it for so long, you get to feel that bike becomes one of you, right? And it's like racing drivers say, right? The car becomes part of you, and you know how to treat her, you know where she's going to get grip, you know where, and that's true with a little scooter. I know going around a bend or anything how she's going to react. At the end of the day, yes, things are unsafe here, transport, but you know, you got to live your life as well a little bit. So what I'm just going to show you, look, Wat Nan Chang. This ancient monument is an evidence of the flood in Wiam Kam Kam in the past. The 1.80 meter deep layers of sand and soil sediments were excavated in 2002-2003, revealing the ruins of buildings of other temples in Wiam Kam Kam. Yet this temple is different in that there were 2 buildings of 2 periods. I'm not going to read it all, but yeah, I've read this a million times before. So I think I'm going to stop waffling, guys. Probably all pretty useless, but a good thing to talk about. And these are just my opinions, what I think after living here anyway. So I'm just going to enjoy 5 minutes here a minute, because I don't come down here a lot anymore. And then I'm going to go and get some more food. Got some more walking areas coming up as well, so some other areas, and we're going to be going to some places again out and about. So yeah, got them planned, guys. I'm going to stop waffling. Hope you're all safe and sound as always. Checking out from the mythical Wiam Kam Kam area, and I've not heard any voices myself down here. They say you can hear voices when you're on your own, but I've not heard nothing. I'm gonna shut up. Hope you're all safe and sound as always, and I will see you in the next one. So take it easy, man. Take it easy. Bye.